Just ahead on Mountain News this morning, the fight over the names of teachers involved in this year's Teacher Sick Outs is heading to a Kentucky courtroom. And legislation creates a new ban on abortions in the Commonwealth. Plus, proposed new regulations on tattooing laws in Kentucky are causing some controversy.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 5:30 on this Tuesday, April the 30th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Well, yesterday, Brandon hit it right on the dot, and he's hoping for a two-peat today. Brandon, another warm day heading into May.
Yeah, hopefully we'll start to see again a little bit of relief as we head deeper into the week with some rain chances. But for the next couple of days, summer-like heat. Let's take a look at what's going on across the area this morning outside the WYMT studios. All quiet as you head out the door today up on top of Buffalo Mountain. Not a whole lot of action there as well. Temperatures anywhere between the upper 60s, close to 70, and the low to mid 50s there across the region, depending on elevation this morning. 12-hour planner back to 85 again today. So more like a June day or even a July day instead of a late April day. The rest of the forecast is on the way here in just a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, the fight over the names of teachers involved in this year's Teacher Sick Outs is heading to a Kentucky courtroom. Attorney General Andy Beshear announced a lawsuit against Governor Matt Bevin's administration. The Kentucky Labor Cabinet sent subpoenas to several school districts asking for the names of those teachers. Hillary Thornton explains what's in the lawsuit and has reaction from Governor Bevin.
Enough is enough. We have had enough of this governor's bullying of our public school teachers, and I am not going to let it continue.
That is the message from Attorney General Andy Beshear announcing another lawsuit against the Bevin administration.
I think he's an embarrassment to Kentucky, is what I think.
Governor Matt Bevin responding with his own strong words, the ongoing feud between the two, something Kentuckians have become familiar with in recent years. This latest lawsuit by the Attorney General coming after the governor and labor secretary refused to withdraw subpoenas issued by the Labor Cabinet seeking names and records of teachers who participated in sick outs.
This is yet another abuse of power from a governor who thinks he controls everything.
Beshear says it's all an effort to protect the First Amendment rights of those teachers. However, the labor secretary says that the heart of the issue is about whether or not teachers can use their sick time when they aren't sick. As part of this brand new lawsuit, the Attorney General also filing a motion asking for a temporary restraining order on the subpoenas. Governor Bevin calling this all a political stunt as Beshear hopes to take his job. He says the actual lawsuit doesn't even mention First Amendment violations.
Guess what? If it was a First Amendment issue, what would this have been? A federal level issue. And then he couldn't have given it to his friend Phil Shepard. Governor
Bevin talking about Franklin County Circuit Judge Philip Shepard, who's presided over a number of the lawsuits between the two. At times, Governor Bevin calling him a, quote, political hack.
The governor's words and actions are despicable. They are bullying, and I'm here to stop him.
Hillary Thornton, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, this all comes just ahead of the May gubernatorial primaries, which is on the 21st. Meanwhile, Governor Bevin called out Beshear on a bill that he says the Attorney General has so far refused to defend, House Bill 5. The legislation creates a new ban on abortions in Kentucky if a pregnant woman wants to have one because of the fetus's sex, race, color, national origin, or disability. The governor signed it into law Monday. It is already being challenged in court by the ACLU. Beshear said defending it was a waste of taxpayer dollars.
What the governor ought to be signing today is a personal check to reimburse the Commonwealth for the hundreds of thousands of dollars that we will owe because of this legislation.
Governor Bevin said he hopes the fight goes to the Supreme Court, where a more conservative court could potentially use it to overturn Roe versus Wade. There is an injunction against the law being enforced that will be in place until the lawsuit is resolved. The University of the Cumberlands will soon start a new program, one that will allow special education teachers to teach 2 class or grade levels instead of just 1. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds talks to university staff about the expansion.
There are an estimated 2.8 million special needs students across the country.
The need for special ed teachers is a national need.
In Kentucky, the individualized education program is 2.2% higher than the national 13%. The newly approved preschool through 5th grade elementary education with an academic emphasis in learning and behavioral disorders, special education for grades preschool through 12 will soon help bridge that gap, exciting university students and staff.
The 30 students that we have enrolled right now, they're not all from Kentucky.
Expanding horizons for those that choose to take the classes in seat or online, making the program accessible to more future teachers and their students.
I think that we are meeting that need across the nation, across the state, in our local area.
Broadening the pool of potential certified candidates of teachers in local school districts.
The students will benefit tremendously,
which they say will help students get better suited attention in the classroom.
I'm very optimistic of what this will hold for our students in the Whitley County School District and for all special education students throughout the state and throughout the country.
Expanding education opportunities for teachers and students alike. In Whitley County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
Registration for the classes begin this summer. Regulations for getting tattoos in Kentucky are around 15 years old. The Department for Public Health proposed new regulations this month. There are many proposed regulations that are aimed at keeping tattoo shops clean, but one part of it has some local tattoo artists unhappy. It is proposed that scars can no longer be covered by tattoos. For some, they say covering tattoos is a way of helping someone erase the past. And if they do not offer those services, they're afraid of what could happen.
And if this service isn't available in a clean establishment by trained personnel, they'll go elsewhere. That's my biggest concern.
Now there is a public hearing scheduled for May 28th at the Cabinet of Health and Family Services. For the full statement from the cabinet, head on over to our website, WYMT.com. It is a growing concern for law enforcement. Needles found scattered on the grounds in parks, on roads, and in the pockets of the people they arrest. To combat the issue in Clay County, every deputy carries a sharp box. They say they collect needles all across the county. Deputies say they get constant calls about people finding needles. Those calls have been increasing in the past couple of years.
Everybody, they call in all the time. We found needles here, we found needles there.
The sheriff says the issue is not exclusive to Clay County. If you see needles where you live, don't pick them up. Call your local law enforcement agency. Just last week, Letcher County Sheriff Mickey Steins helped get close to $10,000 worth of meth off the streets. In another bust, he arrested 8 people from one home, and after just 2 days, 4 of those people are now in drug treatment. Officials from Addiction Recovery Care came to the jail and talked with the inmates about turning their lives around. Michael Clark has multiple felonies on his record and has spent close to a decade in prison, but now he's helping people get clean.
I've did time with most of these guys, and then I can walk in. It's kind of, recovery is a word, but when they see my face, it's easy. They see recovery because I was doing dope with these guys. Now they're pushing the button and I'm walking them out to my car to take them to treatment.
Michael Clark has helped close to 40 people leave jail and enter drug treatment. County officials say this program helps people get clean. It cuts down on the jail's overcrowding problem, and it can save taxpayers money from housing inmates. Yesterday, we called to check on the condition of a father caught in a fire that killed his wife and twin children. Investigators tell us Dennis Chad Howard had undergone several surgeries during the past week, and he is still in critical condition. So far, they have not determined what caused the fire. On Thursday, there will be a benefit concert in Harlan County. To learn how to help, head on over to WYMT.com. 3 small children are in the hospital after a 2-vehicle crash in Clay County that happened Monday morning. The deputies say everyone involved is expected to be okay. The children were taken by helicopter for some broken bones and stitches. The crash happened when a driver tried turning near the Dairy Queen on US 421 South, hitting another car. We do not know the name of anyone involved at this time. A Laurel County man is behind bars facing solicitation charges after offering a hitchhiker money for sex. Clay County deputies say 71-year-old Ronnie Helton picked up the hitchhiker on I-75 in Laurel County and offered the man money for sex. The hitchhiker agreed, then drove to Crawfish Road, where Helton got out of the truck and began undressing. Deputies say that is when the man took off in Helton's truck. The truck has not been found and the hitchhiker's identity is unknown at this time. A survey by the American College of Emergency Physicians says most emergency room doctors believe patient violence is increasing. ER Dr. Ryan Stanton says 20 or 30 years ago, doctors and nurses could defend themselves. Now, with the patient satisfaction culture, patients seem to be more aggressive towards staff because they can. Stanton says doctors are trained to avoid hostile situations.
I mean, I've been assaulted, I've been bit, I've been kicked, I've been punched. I've been threatened. I've had my life threatened multiple times. I've had people standing in my face telling me they're going to come after me and my family.
You can find out more about this story on our website at WYMT.com. Anyone looking forward to the 50th anniversary of Woodstock may be in for some disappointment. We have that and more coming up in entertainment news.
If you like the warmer weather, you're going to love the next couple of days. If you're suffering with allergies, you're going to enjoy the end of the week. I'll break down the full forecast in about 3 minutes.